Hello, my lovelies. How are you guys? I hope you had a good day, good night, depending on where you are. Okay, so I want to talk about this Ohio murder suicide that gripped a small neighborhood. Very tragic, tragic thing. An Ohio family members found Ohio family members found dead in apparent murder suicide. Five members of an Ohio family, including three children, were found dead inside their home Thursday evening in an apparent quadruple homicide suicide, which police describe as a domestic dispute that turned deadly. Uniontown police arrived at the Stark County home to perform a welfare check after the woman's coworker hadn't heard from her in 2 days, and the children also missed 2 days of school. When officers arrived, they sensed something was wrong as the mail wasn't taken inside, but the cars were still in the driveway. Noticed some packages were on the front porch. Noticed some things were just not quite right. Uniontown Police Chief Michael Bachik told WKYC. Police identified the five victims as couple Jason Dunham, 46, and Melissa Dunham, 42, along with their three children, Renee, 15, Amber, 12, and Evan, 9, all of whom succumbed to gunshot wounds believed to be from a domestic incident. With with the help of a neighbor, police found the two adults and three children dead inside their respective bedrooms, so they were all found in their own rooms. Jason Dunham, whose gun was used in the shooting, had a gunshot wound consistent with being self inflicted, Stark County's chief investigator Harry Campbell told the outlet. Officials, however, have not identified who fired the shots. At this time, it is believed there are no other persons involved in the incident, Uniontown Police said in a statement. Melissa Dunham was a partner at the Bober Markey Federovic Life and Careers accounting firm. We are devastated by the shocking and tragic news of the deaths of Melissa Dunham and her family, said the firm. Melissa was an esteemed member of the BMF leadership team and a close friend to many of our associates. Her contributions during her 18 years with our firm have been immeasurable. Jason Dunham's LinkedIn shows he works sales and business development for retail management company POS Highway. The scene inside the house was described as the worst scene ever for the unincorporated area of just over 7,000 residents located 14 miles southeast of Akron. I've been out here 23 years and it's the worst scene that I have ever been a part of, Batchik said. For me, this is the worst one I've ever been involved with in 23 years in law enforcement, and I've spent all 23 years out here in Uniontown. Police say they were never called to the Dunham's house before for any reason and are still investigating a possible motive for the suspected homicide suicide. So, no previous calls, no domestic disputes, nothing. Um, Crap, I gotta pull that back up. Nothing to alert anybody to anything. Okay, let me pull that back up. I wanted to show. Sorry, guys, 1 second right here.
Three children are dead in what police are describing as a murder suicide. Our Lindsay Buckingham spoke with community members in Uniontown today who are still obviously in shock over what happened.
The silence on this quiet street in Uniontown. Just a glimpse of what neighbors on Carnation Avenue are feeling today.
And we've been blessed to know the kids from the beginning and since they were babies till now. It's just heartbreaking.
They were very, very good in helping the community. And
Ed Gazdaco and his wife Denise are still in shock. They're neighbors of 17 years, Jason and Melissa Dunham, and their kids, 15-year-old Renee, 12-year-old Amber, and 9-year-old Evan, are gone.
They were a wonderful family. We felt like they were part of our family.
That's why it's hard to believe what happened. Uniontown police say they received a well-being call Thursday evening after Melissa failed to show up for work and the kids missed 2 days of school. When officers arrived,
Noticed some packages were on the front porch. Noticed some things were just
according to the wounds, including Jason Dunham, whose wound appeared to be self-inflicted. Today, first responders are struggling.
I've been out here 23 years, and it's the worst scene that I've ever been a part of.
And at Lake local schools, grief counselors are helping a community in mourning.
We have a very tight-knit, faith-based community. We're going to lean on that and lean on our folks to love on one another and take care of each other.
Meanwhile, the Gazdacos are hanging on to memories they say they'll cherish forever.
Amber became a great gardener. They have a garden behind the shed. So proud of all the different vegetables, and she would bring them over to us and let us enjoy.
Now, a vigil has been planned for the Dunham family at 7 p.m. Saturday night at Hartville Memorial Park. If you'd like to learn more about that event or how to honor the family, head to WKYC.com. We have some information posted there. In Uniontown, Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
Okay. Now, the neighbors said that they lived next door to them for 17 years. So they knew all of the kids. They knew the wife very well. They said it was a very nice family. Let me pull this up. Okay. All family members died from multiple gunshot wounds. So that's my thing. So, okay, so um, a welfare check was called in after the mom missed 2 days of work and the kids missed 2 days of school. Um, but no, so there had to have been multiple shots fired. If every victim, except for, I'm guessing, they said the father had a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So that being one shot wound, um, Uniontown Police Chief Michael Batchick said that Jason's handgun was used in the shootings and added that both adults had permits to carry concealed weapons. Authorities still haven't confirmed who the aggressor was in the situation, but believe it stemmed from a dispute that escalated. Neighbor Denise Gazdeco, the one we just heard from, has spoken to the Akron Beacon Journal about the family, praising them as a key part of the community, especially mother Melissa. However, she noted that in recent weeks, the children were spending much more time indoors and were not seen as much as usual. That kind of concerned us somewhat, she said. Previously, the children would spend most of their time playing outside. Denise said, quote, "My favorite part of the kids was they were kids. They were always outside playing with the scooters and basketball and just what kids should do," unquote. Quote, you don't see that stuff nowadays. They were always outside playing and just living life. In addition to being students at the Lake Local School District, the children were also active in Girl and Boy Scouts. Denise said that Melissa was a wonderful mother and noted that she had just made partner at the accounting firm that she worked at. While never having met Melissa's husband, Denise said they did everything involving the kids. They lived next door to them for 17 years. Why does this keep doing this? Hold on. They lived next door to them for 17 years and they've never met the father or Melissa's husband. That's crazy. The part behind closed doors is we don't know, she added. Chief Batchnick said the scene inside the home was the worst he had ever seen. A, dispa- a dispatcher also informed the outlet that the Uniontown Police Department had no records of any incidents involving children. The department said that the incident occurred on Thursday evening. Sorry about that. That keeps happening for some reason. They had no records. I gotta try to get through this. Um, of responding to the family's address before Thursday evening. Heartbreaking images of the family released since the announcement of their identities saw them spending vacations together. Another showed the parents at a sports event and the mother's role at the accounting firm where she was a partner. The investigation into the family's death remains ongoing, and Ohio Attorney General Bureau of Criminal Investigation spokesperson Steve Irwin told the outlet that Uniontown PD would provide updates. If you or someone you know is affected by any of the issues raised in this story, call or text the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline on 988 or chat on 988lifeline.org. You can also text HOME to 741 741. So it's weird that the neighbors lived next to them for 17 years. They knew all the kids, they knew the wife, they just didn't know the husband. That's super strange. And then you have the multiple gunshot wounds and the multiple shots fired that nobody heard. So, could they have used a silencer? Could they have, tried to muffle it? We don't know. But the police seem very sure that it was one of the parents that did it, and it seems more like they're leaning towards the father. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for more information. Okay. That keeps happening. No. Okay. Let's.
Ed Gazdaco and his wife Denise are still in shock. They're neighbors of 17 years, Jason and Melissa Dunham, and their kids, 15-year-old Renee, 12-year-old Amber, and 9-year-old Evan, are gone. Uniontown police say they received a well-being call Thursday evening after Melissa failed to show up for work and the kids missed 2 days of school. When officers arrived,
Noticed some packages were on the front porch. Noticed some things were just not.
Okay. So that's pretty much the same thing. All right. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. I will see you next time. I will definitely keep you updated on any further information that I have. Have a good night, everybody.